All right, good afternoon and welcome to this Wednesday, June 17th meeting of the Milton Select Board at 3:04 p.m. I will begin. I think we only have one topic on the agenda, and I'll pass it to Mr. Milano to kind of walk us through our decisions here.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So the action item today is kind of twofold. The first is to accept the recommendation of the school building committee for PMA consultants to serve as the owner's project manager for the school project with the MSBA. And then the second part of that is to approve the submission of the selection narrative and the exhibits to the MSBA. I had provided a draft of that earlier this week and then sent out an updated version of that today. So the selection narrative walks through the process by which the SBC followed to procure the services of an owner's project manager. At a high level, they put out the RFP or the requests for services for qualifications, and towards the end of April, 11 firms submitted. Those 11 firms were shortlisted down to 3 that were invited to interview: Vertex, Left Field, and PMA. After the interviews, the school building committee has selected PMA. And the narrative explains some of the ups and downs of the various firms that submitted and why PMA was settled on. And I'll defer to Pete as the SBC representative. If there's any other color commentary you want to share in terms of the SBC's decision making and thought process.
I joined the select board, or excuse me, the school building committee about halfway through this process. So I was there to observe and participate. First observe the shortlisting stage from 11 firms to 3, and then participated in the interviews of the final 3, and ultimately the recommendation or the ranking of those 3, which culminated with the selection of PMA consultants. I thought the process was very good and thorough. The interviews were an hour each, roughly, pretty lengthy and substantive. I thought the final 3, generally the committee, the school building committee, thought it was a really good, really impressive final 3 list. Sort of a close call between the final 2. Really pleased with the thought of working with PMA consultants. They have a lot of MSBA school building experience, a lot of Milton knowledge. I think they'll be a big help right away to the existing committee and chair once they get integrated, in terms of their perspective and quality of the process. So, I feel good about what I observed. And as for the narrative that we're voting on, I reviewed it. I think it well summarizes the process from my perspective. So happy to answer any questions, but I thought the process was good from my perspective.
All right, thank you, Pete. Any questions from the rest of the members or thoughts? All right. I think we can move to a vote in a second. I just want to say before we move forward with this, we know with the existing schools as well as the Laboratory project, we're kind of running 2 parallel projects, but important that we're able to move forward until we get to more of a finalized idea of what we want to present before our town later this year. So thank you for putting this together, Nick. And I think I will accept the motion to accept the OPM as presented to us.
Yeah, so I'll move to approve the school building committee's recommendation to select PMA consultants as the owner's project manager for a school project with the MSBA.
I'll second.
All right, motion made and seconded. We are virtual, so this will be a roll call vote. Megan Haggerty.
Yes.
Megan Nolan.
Yes.
Peter Omersheimer.
Yes.
And myself, yes.
Yeah. So I can't tell if this is multiple votes, Nick, but Winston, we may there's another part here to approve the narrative and empower the town administrator. Do you want me to put that in, I'll put that in a vote unless anyone tells me to stop, but so I would second move to approve the OPM selection narrative and designate the town administrator as the individual who shall have the authority to act on behalf of the owner under this contract, and who shall be responsible for the day-to-day communications between the owner and the OPM.
Motion made,
Second.
motion seconded. Thank you. We'll go roll call vote again. Megan Nolan,
Yes.
Megan Haggerty,
Yes.
Mr. Obersheimer,
Yes.
and myself, yes. All right. Both motions pass. Nick, do you need anything else from us or?
No, I think that's sufficient here. I appreciate the board making yourselves available, and I'll just echo to the chair's comments that the MSBA is interested in hearing. We've been in communication with them, keeping them closely updated regarding the town's discussions around La Brea, so it's not a surprise to them. I do think they are interested in having clarity about what the town wants to do moving forward. And we've explained kind of what our process is going to be locally to get to that clarity and get to some decision points in our rough time frame, as we've discussed, end of July, early August, as when we're going to have better information for boards and committees start weighing in on next steps. So I've shared that with MSBA and kept them posted throughout this process.
One last thing I'll say to you, Nick, is I think you should just be clear, we're voting to designate you as the individual with the authority to act on behalf of the owner with respect to the OPM, but I don't know how that works with you and the school building chair and all that, but you guys may want to just be clear on that. We talked about it a little bit at the school building committee. We weren't sure if that was Sean or you, so I think just clarify with them.
Yes, we certainly will. I think it'll be more Sean in terms of kind of nuts and bolts of the project, and then myself for any kind of legal issues and overall budget issues, etc.
Sounds good.
Thank you. I will take a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All right, roll call vote. Megan Nolan,
Yes.
Megan Haggerty,
Yes.
Obersheimer,
Yes.
and myself, yes. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Well, appreciate it.